Hello there, my name is Natasha and I'm a commercial field archaeologist. Today I'll be presenting my project, which is Archaeologists in Quarantine. It's mostly based on YouTube, but we also go to other platforms such as Facebook and Instagram. Right, so let's get into it. First, a little introduction. I am Natasha Billson. I graduated from Bournemouth University back in 2013, and ever since then, I have been involved in commercial field archaeology. I'm actually a supervisor, a vlogger, and TV presenter. And I love this collage because you get to see me at work here. I'm actually cleaning this beautiful foundations of a Tudor building that was underneath the basement of a shop. Then we have, I know, every time I think about this site, it's just amazing. You could be shopping and you're walking over archaeology. And not just any archaeology, Tudor archaeology. It's fantastic. And then we have, this is like a vlogging clip actually. It's a screenshot from my YouTube channel, which is Behind the Trowel. And here I made a video about what to take to site. Rural bags versus urban bags. Really, if it's your first dig, this is a great video, just a little introduction into the different types of tools that you might be expected to take. And then there's the other side of me, the TV presenter. Hopefully, you may have heard of the Great British Dig, which is on More 4 right now. But if you haven't, it's okay. You can just head over to All 4 and catch up on episodes 1, 2, and 3. But that's enough about me. Archaeology in a pandemic. Well, 2020 was an unusual year. Universities closed and everything went virtual. Archives and library access was limited. Virtual events, webinars were hosted for free or paid. Museums closed to the public. But commercial archaeology did not stop. We kept going. For some archaeologists, nothing changed in the sense of our routine. We had to implement COVID-19 protocols and restrictions. For others, they were based at home, and this was quite unusual and very difficult to adjust to. And you do get lonely. And that's where we get social media and archaeology. We adapted to the pandemic, created fun and innovative ways to disseminate information, and we connected with each other. We shared our expertise, our experiences, our research online via events and social media. So here are a couple of case studies. As I just said, public engagement became so much more for a lot of us, whether you were an archaeology student or a commercial archaeologist or CRM. If you actually look at large organizations such as Historic Royal Palaces, they created online talks via Crowdcast. The British Museum Creators Corners, they created some great content. Instagram stories, English Heritage put up these fabulous little stories every day. Very informative, and it's something to look forward to. On TikTok, you have the Hellenic Museum. That's great because they show the staff as well as the artifacts, the displays. Lovely little combination there. And then you have Black Country Museum, which is based in the UK. And it's actually my favorite TikTok account. Fantastic. And I literally just had a look today and they've got like over, I think 1.5 million likes. It's incredible. You have to check it out if you don't know what it is. Then we go on to Zoom calls, Zoom webinars. And a great example is the University of Michigan's Museum of Anthropological Archaeology brown bag lectures. They interacted with other archaeologists and they hosted these events via Zoom. And of course, Periscope. So anybody who uses Twitter will know that Periscope is the live streaming version of that app. Thinking of Periscope, you're going to think of Darius Aria, who focuses on Rome and the Roman Empire. What I did like to see was other organizations such as Manchester Museum hosting a weekly Egyptology in Lockdown Live. Okay, so that brings us to lockdown archaeology. I noticed in around April, beginning of April, that a lot of people on social media who are archaeology students and researchers were noting that their field schools were going to be cancelled. And I realized that we needed to bridge this gap between research archaeologists and commercial archaeologists. We needed to provide a platform for them. How could we connect the public to archaeological research? How could we share the knowledge and experience within our discipline, not only to each other, but again, to the public? And making it all fun and interactive. This is what inspired Archaeologists in Quarantine. It's a YouTube live show which aims to give archaeologists a forum, a space to discuss their research and experiences. Every week is different. We have traveled across the world and gone back in time, all via a YouTube live stream. It has been an incredible journey, both personally and intellectually. We've discussed hard-hitting topics such as approaching colonialism in archaeology, discussed similarities and differences with how archaeology is recorded and accessed on both land and underwater, with archaeologists across the world. There have been light-hearted live streams with stand-up comedian and archaeologists, as well as a New Year's Eve live stream game between the Archaeology Avengers, which is a group of public archaeologists that was created on Instagram. Archaeologists in Quarantine has not only connected professionals and researchers across the world, we've interacted with the public. As it is a live stream, every episode is interactive, with the option for the viewer to ask questions and comment in the live chat box on YouTube and on Instagram live stream. Behind the Trowel has become a community of like-minded scholars and researchers and professionals. Honestly, if you had asked me a year ago that I would have spoken to archaeologists in these locations marked on the map, I would not have believed you, honestly, because I am a commercial field archaeologist. I'm thinking about work, I'm thinking about British archaeology, I'm thinking about what I'm doing at that moment in time and how that is connected with archaeology around the site in close vicinity. So for me, this was honestly an amazing opportunity to connect with individuals that, let's be honest, are really difficult to get hold of. We work in some remote places with no internet for months, okay? So you can imagine such a unique opportunity. We had to use it, we had to capitalize on that. So I hope 2021 is going to continue the journey of reaching out to researchers and professionals who are keen to share their archaeological research. So that's a quick summary of Archaeologists in Quarantine, as in the YouTube live stream show. But there's another aspect as well to Archaeologists in Quarantine, and that's connecting archaeology through social media. It's bridging the gap. Here's just a few examples of how we can connect our discipline through social media in a positive way. That could be from creating podcasts to vlogs to educational short videos. They're researchers, students, and professionals. We even have this amazing video, Amelia Dahl. Now, Amelia is a GIS specialist and ASL communicator, ASL meaning American Sign Language communicator. She makes fantastic videos on Instagram and is now on YouTube. So please check out her YouTube account. It is Amelia the Archaeologist. And this video in particular, I love, I think is brilliant. We actually get to learn how to say amphora, how to spell amphora in sign language. So that's really cool. Then we have Dr. Brittany Brown, who will be documenting her transition from terrestrial archaeology to underwater archaeology, so maritime archaeology. And that brings me on to presenting real archaeology. Now, across Archaeologists in Quarantine YouTube live shows, to my personal Instagram account, which showcases commercial archaeology or the life of an archaeologist, which is Tash_archeo, you will see that I am trying to present real archaeology. There's a fine line with glamorizing an industry and a discipline. We have to be very real with what we're doing here, especially with students who would like to pursue a career. We were able to showcase different career opportunities. whether that be a building specialist, digital imaging, environmental archaeology, field archaeology, geoarchaeology, specializing in GIS, osteoarchaeology or zoo archaeology. How amazing is that? I'm really proud to be a part of this project. And every single episode has its own story. We look at archaeology from the early medieval to Victorian and actually World War II. So it's a vast span of history over time to hopefully get the interest of everybody. And if you do have any questions for us whilst you're watching this show, we do have a live stream Q&A with the archaeologists on and off screen from the Great British Dig. So if you have any question whilst watching the show, you can join the live stream and send us a message in the live chat box. Feel free to get in touch. You can find me on behindthetrowel@gmail.com, on Instagram and Twitter with my handle tash_archeo, and then over on Facebook, YouTube, and again Instagram with the handle Behind the Trowel. If you're on Clubhouse, feel free to join my weekly room, which is called Archaeology and History Enthusiasts. Every Sunday from 4 to 6:30 p.m. GMT. Every week we'll have a discussion topic. All of the Archaeologists in Quarantine live streams are available on YouTube to watch at any time. So if you don't have time to watch it with us live, it's okay. Thank you so much for tuning in to Archaeologists in Quarantine. If you're interested in being involved in one of our future live streams, please feel free to send me an email. Again, thank you to Current Archaeology for giving me the opportunity to speak today. And for anybody who has any questions, feel free to drop me a message on any of my social media platforms